You've been procrastinating, scrolling on social media, watching porn, playing video games, eating junk food. You swore you were gonna get your stuff together and start hitting the gym, however, you simply can't get yourself to start working. This person was myself not too long ago. I focused on instant gratification, I procrastinated, didn't really do my homework, and never really did anything productive. And a lot of people are on the same boat. And it wasn't until I actually delayed gratification, until I actually started to sacrifice these tiny pleasures, social media, junk food, video games, that I started to become happier and actually did something, made a real change in my life. This was the very first time that I actually lived, because everybody dies, but not everybody lives. And I say this because you must stop wasting time. I know it might be tempting to use all this time to just focus on instant gratification because you're young and you have to enjoy your young days, right? However, you must realize that this time passes by very quickly. However, don't underestimate what you can do in this time and listen to those people that like to waste all of their time on absolutely nothing. Because as a whole, yes, it might be 10, 20 years, and these 20 years they pass by really quickly. However, if you were to actually use these years to focus on something productive, on actually having your sole focus on one goal, you would be surprised on the amount of things that you could accomplish. Like productive years, 1 or 2 years makes a humongous difference. Like as a whole, 20 years, 10, 20 years, they pass by quick, but productive years, they make a big difference. And I say this because you must stop wasting your time focusing on instant gratification. If you truly, because I'm speaking to you, a young masculine man that actually wants to improve himself, you who is listening right now, if you truly want to make a change in your life, focus on these simple words. Delayed gratification. Focus on delaying gratification. Delaying gratification is the art of sacrificing the immediate small pleasures that you can have right now for a much better and more rewarding, much happier tomorrow. Much better reward. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart because this is what I did. Me who procrastinated, who wasted time so many years ago. Well, a few years ago. And that's proof right there that 2 years ago I was this guy, and in 2 years I was able to make a humongous difference. I went from being the low testosterone beta male that no one really talked to, he was awkward, to a much more handsome built guy, because I'm not scared to say that I'm attractive. Why? Because I built some confidence, I've earned it. I've put in the work. I built my physique, my face. And I'm not afraid to say the work that I've done. Many people will probably get offended and they'll be like, "Oh my god, he's just boasting and it's vague to chase attractiveness." But that is said by people. This is simply because so many people are so insensitive because their fucking life is pathetic as fuck because they haven't put in the work. So they start saying this because their life is shit and they don't want to put in the work to make it better themselves. So they use this as an excuse for why their life is shit. But I like to keep it real here. Because you must learn to delay gratification. Because this is the reason why so many people are depressed nowadays. Because they focus on instant gratification. They focus on the pleasures that you can have today. You must learn to trade that TV for the gym. Trade that social media for meditation. Trade pornography for a book that actually teaches you a skill that will benefit you in the future, in the long run. Most specifically, learn to discipline yourself. Learn discipline. Discipline is the art of doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. And I say this because so many people think that motivation is linked to goals, achieving goals. And this is the worst thing. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because this is the reason why so many people don't achieve their goals. Why they waste so much time. Because they function and they operate based on their feelings. If they feel depressed, they're not gonna hit the gym. If they feel happy, then they will. If they feel horny, they're gonna watch porn. If they feel kind of cool in this, then they're gonna put in the work. If they feel motivated, then they'll do the work. But if you are truly serious about achieving something, and you have actually achieved something in your life, and you actually tried, you would realize that Motivation is not always going to be here. You must learn to be disciplined, to do the hard work even when you don't feel like it. Because this is when the winners and the losers are separated. This is how you can tell when someone is actually going to achieve something and when they're just fucking messing around. Learn to do the hard work, especially when you do not feel like it. And also, so many people like to. I can already hear so many people saying that, oh, but it's gonna take so long because it takes a long time to build muscle in this and shit. And my goal takes 2-3 years. The time is gonna pass by no matter what. So if in 2-3 years you don't have that goal, then it is because you didn't put in the work in between those 3 years. Because that time passed by no matter what. You're not gonna stop time. And also, don't overthink over the past time, over the times that you've already spent focusing on instant gratification. Don't waste more time overthinking about the time that you've already wasted. And I say this because I ran into this issue myself. Every single time that I would spend time playing video games, scrolling on social media, I would spend so much time overthinking. I'm like, oh my god, like I wasted so much time here. I fucked up. I spent 2 or 3 hours playing video games. Well, that's in the past. You can't change the past, but you can definitely shape your future. So stop overthinking and wasting more time thinking in your head. Stop wasting so much more time in your head. The time that you could be using to make a change from your past decisions and actually put in the work. Stop overthinking about what's done. Face the reality. Yes, you were beta mode. You did waste that time. However, use that as fuel to make a change. And give your future self a better life by using this time that you have right now to actually put in the work into something that's productive, that's actually going to give your future self a better life. And it is never too late. You're not going to die tomorrow. You're not going to get hit by a bus tomorrow, because a lot of people were like, oh, but like YOLO, you're going to die tomorrow. I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. I could get cancer today. I could get cancer tomorrow. But what if you don't get fucking hit by a bus tomorrow? What then? You're going to live a boring, unproductive, depressed ass life. Because simply take a moment to visualize how your life could be if you simply started actually delaying gratification. You actually started putting in the work into something productive in your life. You started hitting the gym. You started meditating, being more present. You went out. You step out of your comfort zone mentally by going out on social situations. You improve your social skills, and then you meet a girl that you like and she likes you back too because you've been putting in the work. And then you build a life together and you're happier than you've ever been. However, if you don't, like most people who will just click away and focus on instant gratification, continue on focusing on instant gratification simply because they can, because they were so caught up on their instant gratification that they just decided to ignore this video, and they end up with a worse life than they already had. Think about that and do it for your future self.